friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Chandra and I make videos about reading, writing, and all things books. Today's video is a PrepTember vlog, get ready with me. So I'm getting ready to get ready in September for PrepTober, which is in October. I don't know, don't ask me why I am this way. But here we are, getting ready. I have been working on my 300 things, and right now I added a bunch of things today. So I'm up to 225 things. So I've got about a page and a half, two and a half pages left to go. But I think they're pretty good things. And I've gotten a lot more specific about my objectives. And within that process of filling out my 300 things, I realized that one of the things I needed to do in order to be ready was to go through my my projects and really figure out what needs to be done. So one of my goals was to outline 12 projects this year, and I've only done 4. So I have several more projects that I needed to do, but I also wanted to look at everything practically because I made that video a couple months back. I'll link it below because I can't remember exactly what it was called. But I was talking about how, I think it was one of my monthly updates. I was talking about how I've made really good progress in a lot of my goals, but none of them are really getting me any closer to publishing. None of them actually have things that I need to do in order to publish. They're not even headed in that direction. I've just been writing a lot, which is great, except for I have plans. I have things that I want to do. So I went through everything and I opened up my the back of my Clever Fox planner, and of course it has the bulleted section that I had mentioned before. And so I started to write down everything that I have, and I started off with my works in progress and kind of put down where everything is. So I also, within this, I've changed one of my projects. I've changed the name of one of my projects. I need to re-outline my Secrets series. I've drafted Secrets in the Cellar and Secrets in the Sea. I decided to change Secrets in the Sea to Secrets in the Crossing. I need to re-outline that series because the first 2 books showed me that I wasn't ready to write a 3rd book. What those are going to be, at this time, their working titles are Secrets in the Cellar, Book 1, Secrets in the Crossing, Book 2, and Secrets in the City, Book 3. I will be, at some point in time, re-outlining those, but those are my first 2 books. Then CBHF, I need to edit the first draft. Project TJ is currently being beta read, and then I need to start a 2nd draft, and Air is what I'm currently drafting. What I should be writing right now, but I am not because I don't want to. I'm just kidding. It's because I'm procrastinating. So then the second thing that I did was I made a list of all of the outlines that I need to work on. So this was just even towards that goal. I said that I needed to get stuff outlined. I said I need this many more projects outlined. How many projects do I have ideas for that I can actually outline? So I wrote down everything that I have. The 3 Secrets books. I have three books, so I will be re-outlining. I'm going to count the re-outline as an outline because I didn't outline the series before. The second one is Project Black-Eyed Susan. So that's going to go, it's going to be 2 standalone books, but they'll both be historical fiction. So Project TJ and then Project Black-Eyed Susan. So that's when this one kind of makes my heart happy because it's going to be Project BS, which is kind of great. So then I got an idea for an epidemic series, and that is, wait for it, 7 books. I know. And then my Blood and Fire series, which is once again 7 books at this time. So I have plenty of projects to outline. I thought that I didn't have enough. I do, I have plenty. I took all of that and I created a drafting schedule here. I also changed it because I'm almost done with my objectives for this year. So they're gonna go how they're gonna go, and that's fine. I wanna set myself up for better success next year. So I'm changing my schedule. Instead of drafting 4 books in a year, I'm going to bump it down to 3. And I plan that my books will probably be a little bit longer. We shall see. I will be doing rewrites, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. but I'm also spacing it out by series in how I think I want to publish and how I plan to query. And for the first ones where I've already drafted something, I think that's going to be a little bit easier. But what that looks like is, instead of just doing April Nano and trying to get everything done in 1 month, I'll still do the April camp, but I'm going to spread that out a little bit more. So I'll be drafting in April and May. If I finish early, that's fine, but it gives me some more wiggle room and I'm not under quite so much pressure. So I will be doing April, May, and then Prep March, get it? I know. And then I'll be drafting again for July and August, and I will be doing Prepoon. If you don't know what Prepoon is, thank you, Kate Kavanaugh. That gave me such a laugh. It's Prep June, Prepoon, you know, it's kind of great. And then in October, November, because I want to do World Ember, which is in December, so I couldn't go November, December for drafting, so I decided to do October, November. So this will be my last PrepTober, and then since I will be drafting October, November, I'll be doing PrepTember, because these all need a great name. Over the next 3 years, except for October, November drafting, I have projects to work on during those times. I've also changed up the way that I've laid out my book because this is the first time I've done this, and I will show you what that's going to look like in the future. But I just wanted to get this down on paper with where I think I'm going. This is definitely going to change. I'm going to keep redoing this as the years come and go. So as I figure out what works best for me, these are going to fluctuate, but I at least have a notation system and a way of getting it all in a book. I then have my prep and outlining section and then my editing section on this side. So this is prep and outlining and this is editing. So for prep and outlining, I have Parch, Prepoon, and PrepTember. This one, I will be re-outlining the series, and then as I work on each individual one, I'll re-outline that book and re-outline the next book as I approach them, just to make sure everything stays aligned with what I did in the previous book, but I'm still going to have an overarching plan for the series. Prepoon, I will be working on Project DBS, because Black-Eyed Susan's, it's all one word, Black-Eyed, and then Susan. You know what I mean? And then the second book in my fantasy series, which is KBHF, and then GLBF. So I've got those set up. And then in PrepTember, I'm going to start working on the first book in my Epidemic series, and then the second book the next year. So for my editing, this is the most complicated part. For World Ember, I'm going to do world building for my Secrets series this year, and then next year I'm going to start. So I'm by the way, I'm doing my editing in January and February, and then I'm doing the world building for December's, is how I have it set up right now. We'll see how this works. It honestly, my schedule looks really busy, but because I'll be spreading out my drafting to take more time, it'll give me hopefully cleaner drafts. And I'm just gonna play with that for a year and see how that fits. And maybe I'll drop down to drafting 2 books a year, but I kind of want to push myself at first and see how things go. For 2022, I will be working on editing Project TJ, CBHF, and then for World Ember, world build for BS. Now, the interesting thing is, even though Project TJ and Project BS are standalone books, they're going to be in the same world, is my plan right now. That would be a world that I would be able to continue to add to. Here is my key. I made it all fancy and pretty. There, I think you can see the whole thing. It's probably reversed. It's fine, you get the idea. I made a pretty thing. That is the first chunk of what needs to be done for PrepTober. I think I made a mistake. I don't think I figured out exactly what I'm going to work on for PrepTober. I may have to redo this entire thing, which is fine. What book was I planning to write? Okay, so I've got to pick what I'm planning to write. That is the next thing on my to-do list. Granted, this is the first draft of my planning sheet, which I knew there were going to be changes, but that's going to be my thing. Which one do I want to move up? I'm thinking I should do my standalone projects, but also I'm working on Air, and I want to finish that by the end of September to get 4 books this year, because I would need to do another one for November. So I think it actually makes sense for me to move up Project BS, especially since Project TJ is the closest one that I have to being done. They're in the same world. They'd be close together but separate project. So I might move Project BS up in my schedule. What I have for PrepTober, I need to pick the idea, finalize the story, develop the idea, outline, and then schedule all my content for October and November. But that means I also have to have plans for October and November. So I think that's what I'm going to do next. I am going to map out my content for the next 2 months and work on my list going backwards. That's the plan. I just finished my Tuesday night live stream, and I'm looking here for another live stream to jump onto. There's a Tuesday night owl sprints with Little Forest Tomes and Emily Oliveira, I think is Oliveri, fortnightly productivity stream. So I might jump in one of those. I've been on Little Forest Tomes before, but not the other one. And then it's 10:23 now. So whenever Coffee Quills comes on Twitch, then I'll jump over there. I finished planning out all of my videos for October, and I'm halfway through November, and I have the one for December. Actually, I have 3 ideas for December, 2 already written out, and I know which one is the first one, so that'll be good. I'm also going to review my planner. This is the first time I've used the Clever Fox planner, so I'm going to review that, but in December. But I still need to write up some thoughts on it. And then I have 4 more to write for November. I also need to work on the beta reading and write 5K. So that's obviously not all going to happen tonight. I'm going to write till I'm tired, and then I'm going to work on the beta reading. So that is my plan. I'm going to blow through these really quick and then circle back around to the other stuff. It is midnight. I have been working on my notes. I wrote a little bit, just over 200 words, and I worked on my notes a lot, and I finished outlining all of my videos for October, November, and the first one for December, which is what was on my list. I didn't just like start doing this. I just make notes whenever I have an idea, and this is basically everything that I was like, I wrote this down and I still think it's a good idea. So I put all those together in whatever order seemed right. That's done. Ow, ow, Dobby, no claws. Ow. Ow. I am not situated for you to be on my lap right now, and that doesn't mean that you get to just claw me. He's uncomfortable. Do not scratch. Ow, ow, ow. Get your... You can't be up here right now because you're clawing me. I know. Get down. Ow. 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 Okay. I forgot what I was saying. Oh. The last thing that I needed to do was to figure out what my project was going to be in advance of PrepTober so I can PrepTober it. I know what my project is. I went through my ideas. I finalized my my story idea. I haven't developed it or done a basic outline, but I did work out my schedule for next month, so that is a plus. Sure, I didn't make notes for what I meant when I made this list, idea, finalize story idea, develop the idea, and outline. So I know the outline is gonna be for, of course, PrepTober, but I think maybe I should do some research before then, but also I'm still writing, so I might do the research and outline in PrepTober, which I don't usually do, but I think that's what I will do this time. But I also don't have as much stuff on my to-do list this time as I did last PrepTober. Because last PrepTober I had a book in beta reading, so things were not great. It was a difficult time. Oh, also I hadn't finished my reading goal last year during Nano. So this year that's different because I've already finished my reading goal. So any additional reading at this point is gravy. Yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this vlog. You will see me in October with some fresh stuff. If you like this kind of content, you should subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what else you'd like to see. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.